Welcome to my Devon garden. I've been away in Northumberland for a couple of weeks visiting family and stuff like that, and while I was there I did a huge amount of sketching which I'm going to share with you now as a little exclusive for my email subscribers. So, first week, coast. This is one of the sketchbooks that I make from scratch by hand, and as you can see it's a very wild coast there. So I've been sketching in pencil out and about, and then taking home the pencil sketches, mostly done in pouring rain to be fair, round Bamburgh, places like that, and taking home those pencil sketches and then fleshing them out with a bit of watercolour and derwent pencils. There's a very definite palette up there, beautiful yellow ochres, deep bruised indigo blue, some of the wonderful sort of watermarks of the estuary where the pools of water had settled, and it was wonderful to be able to work with quite a limited palette up there and just reflect what was going on. Boats, and of course wouldn't have been complete without a trip to Holy Island, which was gorgeous. And then these sketchbooks are very clever because they flip round. So, having then done the first half, we flip round, a little bit of Bamburgh Castle, very imposing, and there's this huge beach with just nobody on it. Sand dunes, now that's actually made its way into an acrylic painting already. Just, you know that feeling when you walk through the sand dunes and you suddenly see the sea for the first time. It's always an exciting feeling. Even when you live by the coast, it's still exciting. We don't have a whole lot of sand dunes around here. Here we go. Epic sunsets. That's so big, I'm going to have to hold it back so I can get it all in. And you can see I've just had a lot of fun layering lots of watercolour over the top of the ink to make those really rich purples. And then, is that all of it? No, there's one more picture in this one. So the first week we were by the coast, and fields of barley. It's a really inspirational place to sketch. So I made one book for the coast, and then the second book inland. You can only see my mouth in this. I'm not an expert at videoing, it has to be said. So here we go. Completely different palette inland. Far richer, loads of willow herb and other really violety purples going on. Some very, very bright, vibrant pinks. So we were up near Hadrian's Wall, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, is pretty epic. Interestingly, the rivers around there are very much like the Dart down here. Really brown, peaty rivers, but it does make for an interesting painting. And to be honest, although the weather was filthy, you do get this incredible contrast. Here's one that didn't get coloured in. That's actually, there's loads of, if you can see close up, there we go. Lots of little sketches of cow parsley and things like that on the edge of Kielder Water. And this one I deliberately left blank. It's a quarry with lots of rock strata here, and all of this I will probably paint in at some point, but it was all about the shapes really. And that's how most of the sketches start out. That was done in absolutely driving rain, and that's when pencils are really useful, because you can basically get them on the paper. This is heavy duty Bockingford watercolour paper, so it will take quite a bit of rain before it starts collapsing, thank goodness. And then we've got another long one in the middle. This is from the top of Hadrian's Wall, which you can just about see over here. No, you can't, it's over there. Everything's back to front when you look in a phone, isn't it? So yeah, we're completely different palette, but a beautiful place to visit, mainly because there was nobody there, which is quite an astonishing thing in the UK nowadays. So loads of space to just get your pencils out and give it a go. So if you haven't been there, I strongly recommend it. I will definitely be going back at some point, hopefully without the whinging family in tow, and that will mean more sketching time. You can never have too much sketching time, can you? So there we go, 2 books, 2 weeks. And I make these up for wherever I go, and it just means that I can store them and I know exactly where I've been, and then I use these as my inspiration for making up much bigger paintings, which is what's going to happen next. So in the next email I send round, I'll probably have some of those big paintings that match up with the sketches. Thanks for watching.